video, because I remember the last thing that we said was that everyone has to use what they have right now, right? So in terms of the coding challenges that you get, um, the capstones as well, that is a way for you to apply yourself. And then if you don't get it, you have to use external resources like Stack Overflow as well as ChatGPT. So I
Sure.
don't know what
And I
Mr.
get all
Larry.
that. Yeah. And I get all that, but it's, it's like I understand the concepts, okay, but it's putting them together in a project. And
Mm,
going onto YouTube and everything, it's all fair and well, but everybody does it differently. So I
mm,
just, as a beginner, wanted something whereby step one, generally, the rule of thumb is work on your buttons and then do an array and then do this and then do that and then do the next thing. I think I personally feel that I don't have the experience to have my own style of coding yet. So I kind of need a step by step so that I know this is the rules to follow. I understand
okay.
the concepts, the variables, the objects, and all of that, but when and how to use them in different projects is where I am completely lost.
Okay. That is why we also have I'm sure you're aware, like at the beginning of each capstone project, we have like specifications and requirements. I think Mr. Laurie explained it very nicely. Let me just share my screen so that I can show you what I'm talking about. Because that is also like a guide for you that, okay, this is what I need to do, and then this is what is needed of me, right? Let me just share my screen. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Sorry, yes, you can.
Okay. All right. So this is the page I'm talking about, right? Where they tell you the goal of this project is to create a browser-based dice game, right? And then they give you the requirements step by step that you need game rules and mechanics, user interactions, DOM manipulation. So you know that you need to be using get element by ID or get element by class name, and then you have to have a game state management as well, and then also to improve existing design. So what they did, they also gave you an example over here, right? This was Larif's own project that he did, right? And then it's just a guideline for you guys to know, okay, this is the template of what I'm supposed to be creating as well. I feel like this is more than enough guide for you to know what is needed for me and what I need to apply as well, if you get what I mean. Am I making sense, Jade?
I don't know. Let's see what everybody else has to say. I don't know.
Mm.
I just feel like, with the shopping cart, because I'm still stuck on that.
Mhm.
I'm assuming that we don't use objects because we don't. It's a product. We don't need to specify the product because that can be done in the HTML section. I mean, am I right or am I wrong? There's things like that I just feel I
No,
need clarification on that.
you do use objects. You can use objects or arrays for this one, right? So here's a step by step that you need to set up the HTML, style the CSS. Then, obviously, to be able to add functionality in your JavaScript, you'd have to use objects or arrays. And that is why you went through this whole course so that you would be able to apply everything that you learned, from variables to control structures to functions to objects to arrays. So this is like where you shine, where you can, it's up to you. If you prefer using objects, use objects. If you prefer using functions, use functions. Whichever you feel like would be fit for this, and you'll be able to get the job done, because every programmer has a preference and has a different way of doing things, and there's no wrong or right way of doing it as long as your code works. As long as you I think this project was explained very nicely. because they gave you a step by step on how to go about it as well. I don't know. Let's hear from Chris. Chris, what do you think in terms of applying yourself and the concepts that you're learning so far? How have you been doing it? Okay, I don't think. Chris, are you there? Okay, Mr. Loris.
Great stuff. Hi, everyone. I hope everyone is okay. Jade, I hear what you're saying, and I think we talked partially about this last week as well. So I guess we just have to reiterate a bit on that. Problem solving, guys. So problem solving is part of being a developer, right? And what exactly is problem solving? Problem solving is when you get a problem and you figure out steps, your own steps on how to fix that problem, right? And so you might have the tools, like what you're saying, Jade. Are you there, Jade? Please come. Thank you.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. So I was saying, like, you might feel like, because I get what you're saying, and it's a common feeling in programming, honestly. But what you're gonna find is that this is gonna happen for the rest of your programming life, basically, where you're just given a task or a tool or a project. So you're told, for example, the one that we're working on right now, we have a client that wants like an AI like hub where you have all sorts of AI tools in the same thing. So you have Chat GPT, you have your Mid Journey, you have all these AI tools, but in one thing, right? All they say to us is basically, we want this. And then now it's up to us to decide, are we going to start by using this? Are we going to start by doing this? Am I going to do this and that? So I understand what you're saying in terms of you feel as if you're not getting enough guidance. But then, if I'm being very frank with you, that's how it is even in the real world. So what's important is that you have the tools, like you know how to use the objects, you know how to use X, you know how to use Y. In terms of piecing it together, that's up to you now as a developer. That's up to your problem solving skills now as a developer. And so, whilst I understand what you're saying, at the same time, this is normal and you have to go through this for you to become a proper developer. That's just how it is, because it's problem solving. Problem solving is bringing all the tools that you have together and mashing them up to produce a result. And that's exactly what you're doing here. And that's why, what Tebu was saying, for example, that's why we give you the instructions, right? And to be honest, we're very lenient when we're giving you the instructions, because we even give you step by step by step by step. But then in the real world, it's not even like that at all. So I understand your frustration, but then, Jade, the fact that you've been through so many of these other modules and you've produced so many of these other things, already you're a developer. It's a matter of the mindset now, honestly. So yeah.
I agree. I agree. Let's hear from someone else. Oh, Chris raised his hand. Chris?
Yeah, I think just to add to what Larissa is saying, I think being a developer is really all about, like you said, problem solving, and a lot of it
Mm,
is up to like your pattern recognition, or even just like, because most of the time it's no one really like does a project, first time and knows the answers. It's more that you've seen this, this idea before, and this is what I need to do to implement it. And even that, like Glory said, you need to know how to, manipulate objects, arrays, and just having the theory allows you to at least like know where to begin. And then if you know where to start, that's when you can, start implementing things like chat GPT to just, push you in the right direction. And I remember, I think on one of these peer learning things, Bradley suggested, I forgot that website, but it helped with coding challenges and just doing a lot of like, especially around algorithms. So you can know like, what do I need to do if I need to manipulate a string, or what do I need to do if I need to I don't know, increment of time or just different things like that. And just for me at least, like it's helped me like my personal projects when I've been working on that, I've had a lot of like concepts that have come up, and then when I come to do this, it helps me. Like, let's say for example, I was making a game and I needed to increment like the score of like to keep track of the score, and then I come to the shopping cart, and then I find that when I need to increment the cart, I know exactly what to do. That's not because I'm like a better developer than anyone here. It's just because I've seen the the pattern before. And I think that's where it just comes to, getting these algorithms in your head, these patterns in your head, and just being able to implement them when you see that this is, the right thing to do in this place.
Excellent. Excellent. I love that. I love that so much. Like knowing where to start, that's number one. And that's why we give you guys a guideline. That's why you're a bootcamp student. You're given a structured way of how to get there, but you need to figure out how you're going to do it as well. And then you mentioned code wars because now data structures and algorithms is all about solving problems. I think maybe we should have started the course there because that's where you develop yourself as a problem solver, right? And I guess that's the issue that most of you guys are facing right now. And we will look into that as well. But yeah, let's hear from Brenda. Brenda, how are you? And what challenges are you facing? You're on mute.
Oh, sorry.
It's
Hi,
okay.
everybody. Sorry, I'm late. Okay, so I just logged in now. I don't know what are you guys talking about. Is it the JavaScript problem?
Yeah, the JavaScript part where you guys are complaining about how to apply everything that you are learning
Oh,
into
the
your.
sequence in which we have to start in. Yeah,
Mhm.
basically, I've also had problems with that, and even now, I still don't know. However, I do find Leo helpful. So, to me, whatever questions, wherever I get stuck, I ask him, and he basically answers it. So, yeah, I'm
Mhm.
using Leo. I just discovered his power.
Okay, guys, there's another solution. You guys are forgetting about our family member, Leo himself. He can help you as well. Yeah, that's excellent. All right, can we hear from Ongi? Ongi, are you there?
Hi, yes, I'm here.
How are you and what challenges are you facing?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. um, the challenges I've been facing, it was just JavaScript, like in the beginning. I think I need to be careful on the thingy on the curly brackets on JavaScript. My code wasn't running. I was doing the discount program and I was so stressed. Like it was just not running. And then yeah, I saw that you need to be careful with the spaces. As Larith once said in one of the live the recorded lectures, that you don't have to the spaces. You need to be careful of the spaces. So yeah, otherwise I'm still learning, and if there's something that I don't understand, I just go on YouTube and just watch more videos and try and find more explanations.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you were talking about the spaces or the indentation when you're coding, right? And there's several extensions that you can download on your VS Code to help you with that. So they do it automatically for you. I think I'll share them maybe on the platform later with you guys.
Okay.
There's Prettier. I think Prettier is one of them. Yeah. Yeah, and then I'll just check the others out as well. And then yeah, it will literally make your life so much better, honestly. But
Sorry, Ongi.
uh-huh.
I'm so sorry to I just say that again one more time because I didn't really understand what's the challenge exactly you were saying about the spaces.
Like when you put the curly brackets and then maybe leave spaces, my things don't wouldn't go. I'd have those red thingies under the strings, or forgetting to put the strings.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. All right.
Okay, and sometimes it could be that it's not the indentation. It could be that you forgot a comma to end a statement, for example, or you forgot a curly brace. So sometimes it's not always the indentation. All right. So Chris is saying something in the chat. Let me check. He said, just to add to problem solving, I think if you're doing the coding challenges and you figure it out, don't end there. Try and really push yourself to think of another implementation. This is solid. This is very, very solid. So if we have a problem, just know that there's more than one solution to it and work on getting all those solutions if you can. Because when you're in a technical interview, it's gonna make it it's gonna make your life a lot easier if you know more than one solution, right? Because that means you understand it more. Okay. Tion, let's hear from you. How are you? And what challenges have you been facing?
Hi, I'm okay. Just recovering from flu. Um, I haven't really faced much challenges just now that I'm busy with my individual capstone. I've noticed that when it's time to implement my own JavaScript, it's a bit of a problem. So I don't know whether I will have to, I don't know if I want to do it in the template source file or if I want to do it in within the HTML itself. So that's the only challenge I'm facing. But I'll figure it out. I have a lineup of YouTube videos to help me with that today. So
Okay, can you repeat what you just said? Are you saying putting your JavaScript in a script tag or having an external file for it?
so the template comes with its own JavaScript. So when I try and put my own in it, it becomes a problem. So like something will not work or the website, I don't know, it just does its own thing. Like that's just how Bootstrap is. So I don't know if I must put my own I don't know if I must put my JavaScript within my HTML. That's what I'm asking. But I said I'm gonna watch YouTube videos. I'll figure it out. It's not so bad.
Okay.
So
Okay. I'm also currently working on a JavaScript project with my group, and we also used a template. So what we did is we had more than one kind of JavaScript file, and then
okay,
put it in one folder, and it's working perfectly. So I don't think that's the issue here. Yeah. Chris is
okay.
saying you can make your own file and name it like custom.js. Yeah, he's right. He's right. You can have more than one JavaScript file and it will work. As long as you are linking your JavaScript to the correct script tags or the correct index.html files.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Cool. All right. Let's hear from William.
Hi guys, how are you?
We're good, William. How are you?
I'm good. I'm also busy with my individual capstone project. But I haven't done much. I'm actually the only thing that I'm struggling with is the how can I say the structure of the types of functions or objects like for let's say for the for loop. I'm also just having a problem with where to put the parentheses or the curly brackets. So I'm just a little bit confused there still. But what I do, I am a firm believer of ChatGPT.
Okay.
I actually started that prompt engineering course as well last night.
Nice.
Guys, if you haven't enrolled in that, please do. It's very engaging, very, very interesting.
Hmm.
Um, and I also saw a video where you can actually implement either ChatGPT or GitHub Copilot into VS Code. So then you don't have to copy and paste your code into ChatGPT and then do it like that. It's just quicker because if it's implemented in VS Code, it already knows the code. So you just have to ask it what you need to ask it. Yeah, which is also nice. But other than that, no, I don't have any issues.
Okay. All right. Cool. Cool. Well, I'm glad that someone gave us a good review on our AI course. So guys, if you haven't bought it yet, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Let's hear from Shingi. Shingi, are you
Hi
there?
guys. Yeah, I'm here.
How are you, Mr. Shingi?
I'm good. I'm good.
How are you finding everything?
It's a bit slow. So over the past week, I've had like exams, like tests, placement tests. so I've been juggling. But yeah, so it's really, really slow, not the pace I would want to move at. So like each day, but I'm just trying to put like at least like 30 minutes. So that's not it's not much, but I'm pushing forward. So after these tests, I think yeah, I'll have time and I'll actually then push.
Okay.
But yeah, it's been so slow, which is it's quite frustrating. But yeah,
Yeah, I was shocked why you were not booking calls with me because you always book a call literally
ish,
every week. I was
nah,
like,
the test.
"Where's
I'm trying
Shingy?"
to push there, there.
It's
Yeah,
okay. We wish you the best with that. I know
thank you.
catch up. All right. And then who hasn't spoken yet? Okay, I think that's everyone. Yeah, Alicia is not here. Yeah, okay. All right, I think that's it for today, guys. Do you have any more questions, any more requests? Please note that I think you guys, which week are you guys currently on JavaScript? Because I think you have 3 weeks for this JavaScript level. Mr. Lawrence?
Yeah, exactly what you were saying, Tebu. I just want to understand where exactly everyone is and if you're on track to present your capstones soon, because what's happening now is that we are starting to bring back people in the previous cohorts who don't make it to the presentation stage in time. So, Tebu, can you just facilitate that to understand where everyone is and also what's the deadline for the next one?
Okay. Okay, cool. All right, guys, please let us know. Let's start with William. Are you currently on week 1 or week 2 or week 3 of JavaScript?
I'm on week 3.
On
Busy with the capstone project, yeah.
Okay. Can you just remind me when did you guys start with this level of JavaScript? Do you remember?
Was it in the first week of June?
We're
First.
currently on week 4
Yeah.
as of yesterday.
Okay. Okay, so level 3 week 4.
Correct.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So that means that you guys are gonna be you guys were supposed to present then. No? Let me just check.
All right. So since what I'm understanding here, thank you, Jade, for that actually. So what I'm understanding here is that people are supposed to be presenting today then for their group capstones. So what we're gonna do, right, is that I'm not sure, had you guys been paired even?
I think we had been paired. I think it was that one. Remember when I was asking for a partner and she was not in the group? I think she was MIA or something. But then Tion and everybody in our group agreed that some of us were behind. So I think the schedule was somehow changed or something like that. But we ended up agreeing that okay, whoever needs to catch up will have the time to catch up and yeah, stuff like that.
Okay,
Tion
so
did have a better understanding of what's happening because she was the one organizing everything.
okay, Tion.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, no problem. So this is what I'm gonna have us do. Can we please prepare so that we can present next week our group capstones on this particular level? So I know that some people are ahead, some people are behind, but then we are now starting to move with our boot camp at a point where if you're not there, then we'll bring you into the previous cohort so that you don't slow down everyone else. So just to everyone, your group capstones are due next Tuesday. That's when you're gonna present them because you're already over time, and soon enough the cohort behind you is going to be catching up, of which we wouldn't want that, especially for some people who are putting extra hours, extra effort on that. Yes, Tion? Go ahead, Tion. I think you're on mute.
Sorry, I wanted to know, are we gonna go ahead with the old system that we discussed in our last meeting where you guys are going to pay us, or must we find our own partners in the group chat now?
I'm gonna pay you guys just after this and send you in the WhatsApp your pairings for this particular project. But what's important is I want to understand where everyone is. So Tebo is gonna be noting down where everyone is so that I can pay you according to where you are as well.
Okay.
Yes, Jade?
Sorry, you mentioned we're presenting the paired projects. Is that including the individual or only the paired?
Only the paired. Only the paired projects. Cool. All right, back to you, Tebo.
Okay. All right. I'll go through one by one everyone and ask you which week you're currently on JavaScript. Brenda, can't hear you.
My bad. I'm starting week 2 today, but I can just jump through everything and catch up till week 4 by end of today. So yeah.
Okay, week 2. Ongi, Ongi,
Can you hear me?
we can hear you now.
Yes, I'm still finishing off week 1.
Okay, cool. William, you said you're on week 3, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Jade,
Week 3.
week 3. Okay. Shingi,
Week 2.
week 2. Okay, cool. Tion,
So I'm by the last lesson of week 2.
okay, so I'm just gonna say week 2.
Okay.
Okay, and then who else? Chris. Chris is on week 3. Cool. And I think that's everyone.
Tebu, if I can, for those who are not here, I'm not sure how many of them I have written down where they were last. Let me just get my notepad.
Okay.
So, so for the people who are not here, I only have Alentia because Christopher, Ongi, the rest of them already said. So Alentia was she said she's with objects week 1, but she told me that like on Sunday. So I don't know, she could be further now, but just an idea of where she could be.
I'll just put week 1. And then do you know of Dora and Awonke and Brandon?
Okay, so Wonky hardly talks on our group chats or hardly says anything, so I don't know.
Okay, cool. Mr. Loris?
And then Dora, we moved her to the newest cohort. So she's no longer in your cohort.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, cool. All right, so I think I have most of you guys. The ones that I don't have, I'll have to contact later on, and I will be sharing the pairs later today.
Okay.
All right. Okay, cool. That's it for me, guys. Do you guys have any more questions? Then we can wrap up this meeting. No questions. Okay, cool. All right. Have a lovely day, everyone. I'll see you guys next week. Tion.
Sorry, one more question. I just wanted to know. We'll be presenting on Tuesday, if I'm correct, right? Next week, Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Okay, no, that's all.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. See you guys next week. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, guys.